and welcome to Brian's Got Game. I'm Brian. Today I got a game called The Robot That Totally Saved Cleveland. The Robot That Totally Saved Cleveland is a 2-to-8 player card game designed by Chris Severn. In this game, players are trying to build the strongest robot they can to take out the monsters threatening the city. Will your robot be Brian the creepy crawly destroyer, or maybe Mr. Electric, the rather pointy bubble bot? Only time will tell. So, let's check it out, and I'll show you how to build your robot. Use the tools from the tool shed and to get the perfect add-on to build the robot that totally saved Cleveland. Okay, to set up, you place the robot parts in the exact center. Then you take the first entry card, you place it down here. You take the monster cards, put them here, and flip over the top one. Then you take the bargain center cards, and you flip them over for the bargain center, and lay them out here. So then we put them next to here. Enough room for the areas. Deal each player 5 cards. We're going to be playing a 3-player game. You are now ready to begin. Okay, so each monster has a picture, a name, a strength, and a weakness. Not all of them have weaknesses. So this is the junkyard. They're not as good at all as the cards in here, but they're there if you need some robot parts. Okay, so on your turn, you can draw a card from the draw deck, from the discard pile, or from the bargain center. So I'm going to draw from the deck. So I have some cards. So I'm going to look at them, and I think these Terminator legs look pretty cool. So I'm going to play this in front. So now I have legs for my robot. So then play passes to the next player. Okay. So robots consist of a head, a body, legs, and an add-on, which is a special part. Okay, so we're going to play this body that's supersonic. Okay, so now it's the next player's turn. So they pick up their card, and they like this add-on. It's 6 points. And it has a description and then the name. So what we're trying to do is to build the perfect monster to add up the numbers on the side to get to 38. You also get bonus power points for matching colors, and then, of course, the weakness. Okay, so it's his turn, and he just placed broadcasting, so he takes the first entry card. His turn's over. Now it's the next player's turn. Everybody gets one last turn. So now it's his turn, and since the game's going to end, he needs something, so he's going to take a broken head for him to use. And then the next player, he's ready, and he's going to play a junkyard card to look through the bottom and look for a card that will help him. But nothing really will, so he's just going to take a card. And okay, so he has 21, 30, 36, 37, 38, 39. So he can beat it. So the bonus is if you have all matching color, well, you get 1 point per matching color. You don't get any points if nothing matches. So, Sir Peter, the Rydal Terminator, with anti-gravity suspenders, beat the Octonauts. So he has 9, 16, no, 18, 28, 32. So 32 points. A broken supersonic pulverizer with bulletproof boots. Brian, the rather pointy chap with a whole lot of ammo, has 20, 28, 34, 35, 36. Has 36 points. Just 2 points. Well, so he gets the Octonauts card. Okay, so once that's over, you take up all the cards, shuffle them together, flip over the next monster, and play again. The player with the most monster cards win. Okay, got my dad here for a parent's opinion. So Dad, what do you think of The robot that totally saved Cleveland.
The robot that totally saved Cleveland. It probably has the longest name of a board game I've seen, but it was really fun. I liked that there were so many different combinations, and the combinations of the different robot parts made funny names, and that just added to the gameplay.
The components are nice. The pieces you saw in the video were just prototypes, so it's not the finished copy. The artwork is pretty much finished. So in our copy, it's only cards, but there might be other stuff in the game as stretch goals.
Yep, that's very true. But the components card game, so they're cards. Maybe to the stretch goals, they might upgrade the cards. I think the art, like Brian said, was pretty complete. So we can comment on the artwork. It was kind of lighthearted and funny. The different, the feet and the body and the head of the robots kind of gave them all different. The characters had a different flair and kind of a different feel.
Cheryl, the something destroyed.
Right. And so, I think they did a good job with the artwork and making it light and fun.
There's a bit of strategy in this game. It's a card game, so there's going to be which card am I going to play down? How am I going to build my robot? And do I want to go for numbers, colors, or the monster's weakness, if it has one?
Yeah. I think when we were first learning the game, we struggled. We were all three of us were trying to go after the instant play, which kind of made the game a little bit longer because we were all going after the same color.
And then we were all missing one thing.
Yeah, because we wouldn't give up the card that we had. So I think, after that, in the second playthrough and the other playthroughs, we realized that it's really all about getting your number to defeat the monster. It doesn't, if you're lucky enough to get the color, great. But there are definitely other ways to win with the add-ons, with the bonuses. And back to the strategy, like you were mentioning, there's all the tools in the tool shed. There's a couple cards that let you go back through the discard pile.
And then the add-ons that are -8 or whatever the number is against that monster.
Right, that card would be really nice to have. So there's a little bit of strategy. I think the rounds, once everybody gets a hang of it, will go faster. And then there was, some monsters there. Seemed like their defense was kind of high. But I think that just allows for everybody to try to configure the monster that they think will win.
Robot.
Or their robot, sorry, that they think will win.
It's pretty easy for kids. There is no reading involved. There's numbers to count up, but you can usually do that. And then the name is just something you can read to them, have them laugh.
Yeah, some of the add-on cards had some flavor text, as well as the tools. So there's a little bit of reading there involved. So this one's probably for those who can read, unless you want to explain what a card is. But I think this really shines at, the 12 years old and up age, that kind of get that, humor, and maybe are into robots and into the world type scenarios.
Overall, it's a really good game. It has the card components, really nice artwork, strategy, and it's easy for some of the older kids.
Yeah, I think they have a good one here. I hope this does well on Kickstarter, and maybe some stretch goals that can,
help promote
the
game.
Yeah, get a nice box, upgrade some cards, and this one I think could really be a nice little filler game that you can play in between your larger games when you go to your game night. So go back the robot that totally saved Cleveland.
Thank you for watching Brian's Got Game. Please like us on our Facebook page, send us a tweet at Brian's Got Game, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Brian, this is my dad. See you next time.